Well, good morning, my friend. I just got my shower. The least you could have done was make that bed before I take you out. Yeah, that's the least you could have done. Oh well. You're you. You get away with everything, don't you? Ha 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 ha. Good morning, Jaw.
Well, hello, Lionhearts. Well, if you watched my vlog yesterday, you know that I noticed that I think the motor in my camera lens has went bad. I messed around with it yesterday and just seems to, who knows, it just kind of like messes up whenever it feels like it. So unfortunately, or fortunately I guess, I went ahead and ordered a new one. I guess I really can't complain. I've had that one for a little over a year, and I guess when you break it down to, you know, over 365 days worth of use, and it got rained on a ton on this last trip, I guess that was to be expected. So if you see some weirdness in the zooming and things today, it's just because of that, and I'm actually getting the new one delivered today at some point. So I didn't want to let it hold up the vlogging, so we're actually going to head down towards Orange County today, because there used to be a pretty cool section of like Beach Boulevard that had all kinds of cool tourist attractions and little things to do. And now, like, systematically, little by little, they're all falling away. So I want to go and document some of them while they're still there. So Daze with Jordan the Lion, and that guy begins now.
There he is, basking in the sunshine.
Well, now that we're back in the swing of things, you're probably wondering, well, what's next? Where are we going next? What are we doing next? As for the immediate future, I don't exactly know. I have a lot of things like sporadically planned for the next couple of months. But out of nowhere yesterday, I actually got a rather generous donation from someone who liked the Portugal vlogs and wanted to make it possible for us to go somewhere else. So I'm going to spend the next couple of days looking for our next destination. How exciting.
So as for where to go, I guess, you know, really the possibilities are endless right now.
So you may have also noticed a couple of days ago when I did the Buster Keaton plaque ceremony that David Arquette was there. Well, David Arquette gave an impromptu interview to me about one of my favorite movies, so I'm going to vlog that tomorrow. So your homework assignment, should you choose to accept it, is to find a way to get the Robert Rodriguez movie from 1994, Road Racer, starring David Arquette and Salma Hayek. It's on Amazon Prime. It used to be on Netflix, but that's going to be the topic of our vlog tomorrow. So you're going to want to know what we're talking about.
Or probably more importantly, what David Arquette's talking about, since he did an interview. We just walked by an apartment building with some guy standing out front banging on the door saying, "Hello, let me in, NYPD." I'm like, NYPD? Jar, are we in New York and we didn't know it?
I'm guessing it's break time, huh?
Alright, we got about an hour drive ahead of us, but you know, I don't know how long some of this stuff will be around for, so it's totally worth it. Well, here's the first stop, and probably the most famous stop on our stop here on Beach Boulevard. The strip right here that has so many awesome things, including right directly across from us, Medieval Times, which is actually what brought me here the very first time and where I discovered this strip. I never got to go in here. The Movieland Wax Museum. This was at one time the largest wax museum in the United States. Now, what was once the Starlight gift shop is now a Starbucks, but you can still see the Movieland Wax advertisement right here. Now what's sad, or I guess, you know, that's life, is it was, like I said, the largest. They had over 300 different figures here, and in most cases, in some cases, the actual people that they modeled the figures after would not only show up for the unveiling, sometimes, in Vincent Price's case, he actually sat in and spooked people out when they came through on the first day, but they would also donate some of their clothes to this museum. Now, unfortunately, it was closed down in 2006, and it just sat here kind of vacant. They used to have footprints of celebrities on the grounds, and then in 2016 they bulldozed the building. Now the actual original sign still stands, and it's the largest sign in Orange County, which is probably why it's still here. It has a little bit of lore to it. Once they closed the museum down, they did use it. You can see right below there. We'll walk over and take a closer look. They did have a bodies exhibition, kind of like what I did, where they showed plasticized bodies, but they also had a Titanic exhibit. Now, unfortunately, what I was able to read was that the actual person who started the business wasn't the longtime owner. It had been sold numerous times. It had been owned by Six Flags at one point, and now the last information I was able to find was that the people who owned the San Francisco Wax Museum at the Fisherman's Wharf had bought the museum. They ran it for about, I guess it looked like about 10 years, then they closed it down and took most of the figures that were still remaining here and moved them to there. So unfortunately nothing remains, not even the footprints and handprints and everything. And I looked and looked and looked, and all I could find online that was an update to any of this was that they said the footprints and handprints remained here until the building was demolished in 2016, and nobody really knows what happened to it since. Well, now I guess it looks like it's going to be the future home of the Butterfly Palladium. Wow, that is sad. I would love to know what happened to those handprints. Oh, sad. Now, like I mentioned, right across from it's actually what brought me here the first time. Medieval times. I had seen it in The Cable Guy and had to come. Now, I will come back and vlog that at some point. Unfortunately, it just won't be today because they're not open right now. If you look at the very top above the Starbucks sign, you can still see one of the original stars from the Movie Land building. And there's the old Starlight. Now we're actually going to work our way down this street, but when we start coming back, I'll pull over and show you a little closer view of some of the art and everything on the medieval times. Well, it does look like they've kept the original sign out here at least. And here from the parking lot of the old Wax Museum, you can see Knott's Berry Farm. Well, another gem over here is the Staunton Swapmeet. Let's go check it out. Well, I noticed a taco stand as soon as I walked in, so I had to stop. Got my horchata, my favorite drink. Check out their strength tester here. It's bull horns. Grab the bull by the horns. That's pretty cool. Well, how about that? You can get your passport photos here too. Alright, let's go upstairs. Your classic video games. That's pretty awesome. This one's closed, but look, they have more games back there, and that's one of them I used to play, the WWF Royal Rumble game. Whoa, all kinds of hidden gems around here. Terminator 2 game. Oh, these are killer. He's making them right now. So this dude's actually gonna let us watch him do it. See, that one's gonna be the Vikings. He's got the stencil over it. Nice. Look at this, he's got Lucy. And then check these out. Yeah, this dude's got a great shop here. He's doing all the airbrushing and really cool. I saw one of the first things I loved in here was this Vin Scully back here. Gotta love Vin Scully. Gotta love Vin Scully. That's awesome. Dude, great job, man. That looks amazing. Dude, this guy has some great stuff. If you're looking for these hats, here you go. So for you Mickey Mouse fans, check out the piñatas. Look, another arcade game. I just asked around and found out what the story is on the arcade games. I'll tell you about it here in a little bit. So look, there's a Mortal Kombat 2. So here's the story with all the video games. I'm like, wow, you guys got a great collection of games. I've been loving seeing it. And they were telling me that originally, like, he said basically these were like, they had them around the swap meet to kind of like fill space, and so they wouldn't have open spaces. And then the city came and started complaining Like, because apparently you're not allowed to make money or it's considered like an arcade or whatever, so they're telling him they're only allowed to have 4 arcade games anymore and he has to get rid of the rest of these. Isn't that crazy? You know, something they just had basically just to, you know, give people something to do, and the city's coming and hassling them about it. You can't win to lose sometimes. All right, let's move on to our next stop. That was pretty cool. They had a lot of cool stuff in there, but people always get weird when you walk around with a camera in swap meets. I'm not gonna say why, but they always do, so let's get out of here. I don't believe it. The last time I came by Adventure City, it looked like it was completely done. Well, I thought this place was closed, and maybe during certain parts of the year it is, because the last couple times I came by here, it looks like it was closed, but judging by the fact that I just saw a roller coaster fly by here, I'm guessing they're still open. This is a theme park here. It's been open since 1994, and it's actually considered one of the smallest theme parks in all of California. It's only 2 acres, the entire property. They have only a few rides, but this was one of their biggest investments ever. When they originally opened this theme park, they had some roller coaster here that was called the Treetop Racers, and they had actually brought that from Australia. And then after like 20 years, they deemed it to be either unsafe or time for replacement, and the single biggest investment this entire theme park ever made was in the roller coaster that stands in its place right here. Now they also have a drop zone here. It's mainly like a kids family amusement park, and they kind of touted it when they started it as being the more affordable, smaller Disneyland. There, we've got some action. Well, you can tell they don't have too many options of where to go. Dun dun dun! And there's the drop zone. Now the main reason I even ever wanted to come to Adventure City anyway was because of this. I love roadside attraction type places, and this is definitely one of them. Look at all those bears trying to get in there for the honey. Isn't that great? I love that kind of stuff. I love it. Now when I say Adventure City is kind of like a kids family fun center, it's for like smaller kids. It's like, I would say elementary age. There's the old Santa Fe Depot. Now let's go check out the White House. Yep, they actually have an event center here on the premises that's modeled exactly like the White House. What? Doesn't look like it's open to the public today, but you have to imagine that if it's going to be themed after the White House, they would have the Rose Garden and all the things that you would get at the actual White House. So let's see what we can see. Maybe we can peek our head over some of these walls. I've never actually been to the real White House to even know what it looks like up close and personal. Well, it looks like all they have is a open space for a dance floor, but it's pretty cool. Guess that's our Rose Garden. I'll say this, I do dig the concept. I love having this kind of stuff. And like I said, it's all on Beach Boulevard. So not only do they have the medieval times reenactment that you can go to and experience live, but they also have a pirate dinner theater. Basically the same type of concept, but pirate themed. I've never got to do it before. And that's right along here as well, so let's stop by and see that. So as we leave, you'll see up here on the sign where it says, they call this complex Hobby City. It's because this was all kind of combined together. They made Adventure City combined with Hobby City, and it was all originally part of one big park. See Hobby? And there's our city. So it's pretty easy to find. Look for the Adventure City sign with the big picture of the White House above it. There's not a whole lot historical about it, but we're here at the Pick Your Part place, and they've made some sort of metal Christmas tree with Christmas lights. You know, I appreciate the effort. They even put chains on it. I wonder if that's so nobody steals it or if that's for the visual effects. Now what's funny is I had to restart my clip from over there at least 3 or 4 times because I could not say the name of that roller coaster without messing it up. Rewind Racers. I came out with every Pig Latin version you could think of when I tried to say it. There's the Americana Motel, alcohol, drug-free motel. Well, you know, if this horse trailer says 1-888 we joust, we're back at medieval times. I show you this because when I come back, pretty sure it'll be at nighttime. Pretty sure you won't be able to see most of this stuff on the outside, and I'm pretty sure I won't want to walk around the whole building. Isn't that awesome? I've been here and I've been to the one in Orlando or Tampa Bay or wherever it's at. Been to 2 of them. Both of them, awesome. And a little closer to performance time, they have the horses out here warming up and walking around and stuff, people to see. And then I had to come by and show you guys this. I love murals, you know me. This, you know, I think most of the performers that were at the Renaissance Festival, I think they had to work here. We were speculating that when we were there, and I think they do. Cool place. I'll get here as soon as I can. Maybe around my birthday time. Maybe I'll do that for my birthday. So this, we will also make our way out to at some point. Why not? Looks like fun. Let's go take a look at the front of the theater. Kind of reminds me of Buck Owens' Crystal Palace. Almost looks like they had the same architect or something here. Yeah, it's like a mixture of Buck Owens' Crystal Palace and New Orleans Square at Disney. Looks like all the show times except for on the weekends are 7 p.m. So I'll have to come back here on the evening. Performance night at 7 p.m. Oh, and based on what you order is what your pirate is. If you're a privateer, a full bounty, or a jolly pirate. They did a good job, I love it. They've even got a pirate flag blowing up there. And then this is right in front. This old pirate ship. Of course, I think you have to be a guest to be able to walk through it, but pretty cool. Nope, looks like I found a way in. Pretty cool. I love dinner theaters. That's just, this kind of stuff, I'm so glad it exists. That being said, no excuse for me not being here more often, trying this stuff out and supporting it. Life of a Scoundrel, the Pirate's Creed. There's some crates of tea. Oh yeah, we'll be back. I just wanted to show you guys some of the treasures here on Beach Boulevard. Alright, let's head home and see what Jaw's up to. Plus I stopped and bought a bunch of postcard stamps so I can mail out some postcards. Yep, still loving having that poster there. Man, that thing looks good. Alright, I think I'm going to take Jaw over to the park now. There he goes, like a lightning bolt. We're going to the park, aren't we? Well, hello. It's 5th gear right there. Alright, he's here. He has already been racing around. He's loving it. We came yesterday and he barely played, but there were only like 3 dogs. I think the more dogs there are, the more willing he is to go completely crazy. Go crazy. So I kind of suspected this, but it was confirmed yesterday. Somebody here told me that they ran into one of the people who was the architect of this park and said that they specifically designed it for dogs. So that's what all those little like stumps and everything were for. They specifically designed it for it to be like a dog park so they could come and hop around and go crazy. And there he is. Hey Crazy, what you doing? Aren't you gonna play with your buddies? Kind of funny that the park that we come to in the evenings, you can see William Holden's apartment from Sunset Boulevard. That's Hollywood for you. All right, he had a blast, man. He was hopping on every single table. What a wild man. I always love this house. I think it might be like a duplex or apartment or something, but I always love that statue there. There's an even better view of it. That's the front of it. Pretty cool. Oh wow, that's new. I just noticed that. Look at the other side of the freeway. You see the blue I and then the blue LA, and then somebody cut the red flowers that hedge above it into a heart. I love LA. I wonder if they're a Randy Newman fan.
Well, gang, we're gonna call it a night. Unfortunately, Amazon kind of let me down. They didn't deliver the lens today, so hopefully we'll get it tomorrow. I do want to continue doing the vlog that I was going to plan on doing tomorrow, and hopefully there won't be any weird, crazy lens movements or anything. We're going to call it a night. Come back and see me tomorrow, and we'll do that awesome Road Racers filming locations video. Like I said earlier, that gives you enough time to go out and watch it. Robert Rodriguez, second movie, David Arquette, Salma Hayek, totally worth watching. Want to thank Maryam Bazinet, Joe Vital, Tanya Sumner, and Cynthia Setzo for making contributions to my channel, and everyone, have a great night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.